and welcome to this discussion on the first cut cutoffs for the afternoon slot. Now we're calling this first cut because it's barely been an hour or so since the exam is over. So we hopefully would have got these absolutely right, but there could be a slight revision which will happen towards the end of the day, because as inputs pour in, we'll kind of keep correcting our fine-tuning our radar, right? So however, let's quickly jump in and see how the first cut cutoffs have been from the slot 2. Now here I'll be showing you two numbers, the number from the morning slot and also the number from the afternoon slot, so that you can get a comparative difference between both the slots in terms of how the numbers could look like. Okay, now in the for the VARC section, for 85 percentile, first slot was 19 to 21, second slot was 20 to 22, which means they are neck and neck. There's hardly going to be any difference in terms of the overall difficulty level. So fairly similar, which means the CAT authorities have tried to be as consistent as possible across morning slot and across the evening slot and the afternoon slot. All right. So let's now look at the 95 percentile. This 85 percentile also, folks, as you know, is the sectional cutoff, right? Now 95 percentile, 28 to 30, 29 to 31. Now again, just a 1 mark difference, not much of a difference per se. Now if you look at the 99 percentile, again the same 1 mark difference continues. The ones that you see in yellow are for the afternoon slot, and the ones above are for the morning slot. So hardly any difference between what was seen in the morning and what is being seen in the afternoon, right? So let's now move to the next section. Now this is for the DILR section. In the DILR section, the estimated cutoff for 85 percentile to clear the sectional cutoff is 14 to 16 in the morning, and it is falling to 11 to 13, which means a difference of 1 question. Now what does that tell us? That tells us that the DILR in the second slot is going to be tougher, or was tougher than the DILR section in the morning. All right. So then we have 95 percentile, right? Now for 95 percentile, again there is a 1 drop of 3 marks, which is equivalent to 1 question. So the tough DILR in the mornings, in the afternoon slot compared to the morning slot, is pulling the cutoffs down, and 99 percentile is 30 to 32 marks, 26 to 28 marks. It is falling to 26 to 28. The drop here is 3 marks, the drop here is 4 marks, right? So yes, which that is expected at the higher ranges, right? Now before we go to the quant section, let's quickly look at a student feedback video that we have from a Hyderabad student this time. We have been seeing earlier in the earlier videos during the day that we have seen students from up north. This time let's go down south and look at a student feedback video from Hyderabad.
I am Harshavardhan and I am a final year student from Marcel College of Engineering. My today's slot was second shift, and today's paper was like time was not that like you have to manage your time. In the 3 sections, VARC and DILR and Quant, I think VARC can be scoring if you are very good at VARC, and Quant also you can be very good at Quant, but DILR I think it is some time taking. So if you done 1 or 2 sets, I think it would be enough. Like in DILR section, if you do even one set of DILR, then I think you can score 90 percentile or more in DILR section, and if you do 2, then I think it's better, and 99.99 above you will get in DILR. And VARC, I have attempted 3 RCs out of 4 RCs, and the total questions I have attempted in the VARC section was 16 questions I have attempted in the VARC, and DILR I have attempted 10 questions, and in Quant I have attempted 16 questions, and in Quant also was like easy only. Like you can the main thing is that you have to select proper questions in which you are strong at. Thank you.
All right. So with that feedback that we got from the student, let's now jump in to understand how the quant section was. Now in the quant section, you see that there is again just a 1 marks difference between the morning slot and the afternoon slot. So hardly any difference per se. So which means it could be both the sections are fairly similar and comparable, and also overall fairly similar to what was seen or in the what was seen in the last year. Not too far. It could be a tad this way, that way, but overall one can broadly peg last year's cats and this year's morning and afternoon slots at the same level, at a very, very broadly similar level, so to say. Now, if you look at 95 percentile, again, there is a difference of 1 mark from 2325 to 2426. And here the center value is 32, whereas here the center value is 33. So whatever 1 mark difference here became a 3 mark difference here. From 32, there is basically a jump by 1 question. So students are expected to score do one more question in the afternoon slot to more or less arrive at 99 percentile. That's what broadly what we have from Quant. So before we go and look at the overall analysis, let's now look at the feedback that we got from again another center up north from Gwalior.
Okay, so Mr. Like, how was this examination?
It was not as expected. It could have been better, I guess. I fumbled a little due to the exact situation that there is. Actually, what happened, I fumbled a lot in DILR, which really messed up my maths as well, Quant as well.
Okay, and in this examination, like, which was the strongest section, and how you like overcome the hurdles in that?
So the strongest section in this examination was VARC, and I guess that was the strongest section for the pretty of the most students I talked to as well. And mostly talking about hurdles, I tried to manage different sets frequently, because jumping through sets was one of the options I tried out.
And like, what was the overall experience, and how much you are expecting this examination?
So overall experience, according to the mocks that I have appeared, was like there's a very different kind of set here, and we really need to have more mocks that are quite more relevant to this particular set of examination.
Okay, great. Thank you for that. Like, best of luck. And
we have one more student, now this time from the constituency of the Prime Minister of the country. PM Modi's constituency is Varanasi. Let's go and see what the student from Varanasi has to say.
VARC moderate था, थोड़ा लेंदी लगा, कम क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट हुए, बट डुएबल। DILR बहुत खराब, बहुत टफ था, ज़्यादातर तुक्के मारे गए, हर सेट का थोड़ा थोड़ा सॉल्व किया। क्वांट बहुत इजी लगा, बट DILR का इतना खराब मूड था तो क्वांट इतना अच्छे से नहीं हुआ, बट क्वांट बहुत डुएबल लगा। क्वांट डुएबल।
Let us now look at the overall cutoffs. Now, overall cutoffs, 85 is really not that much of an important number per se. So we'll start by looking at the 90 percentile, 90, 95 and 99. For the individual sections, we look at 85 and then 95 and 99. Here we look at 90, 95 and 99, because 90 that way is the top 10 percentile kind of a number, whereas in sections we look at 85 because that's the sectional cutoff number. Okay, so here compared to morning slot and the afternoon slot, we are seeing that the afternoon slot overall is a question tougher here. As you can see, the difference overall is coming to be 50 from 53 to 50, a 3 mark difference, which is a difference of 1 question. And how do we get here? Around 23 to 24 attempts across both the slots would get us to this percentile 90 with good accuracy. Good accuracy meaning somewhere around in the 80s, right? And for the 95 percentile range, again you see that there is the difference of 1 question, 3 marks continues here. Around 26 to 27 attempts with good accuracy will get you 95 percentile, whereas 99 percentile, to get 99 you need around 87 to 89. Here the difference has kind of narrowed down to 2 points, 85 to 87, with around 39 to 40 attempts. So comment, please put in your comments in the video to let us know what is the expected score and therefore what is the expected percentile that you're going to get. Also, do head down to our percentile estimator to understand your CAT percentile estimate right now. And today the estimate is live for both slot 1 and slot 2. Input your number of attempts and your expected accuracy. We only hope that your expected accuracy is in the very high 90s, if not the high 80s, and input those numbers and get a range of your expected percentiles right now, instantaneously, right? So in addition to that, we have a lot of other activities lined up for the day along with the percentile estimators. We'll come up with the first cut written analysis. We'll do individual detailed analysis for each of the sections. The videos are lined up right away. We have a panel discussion immediately after this video where we collect opinions from faculty from across the centers. And once the CAT response sheets are released, we have the score calculator, percentile predictor, and call predictor lined up for you. So do join us on our CAT analysis page, timeforeducation.com/cat2025, and make sure to like our YouTube channel, Time for CAT, and subscribe to it. All right. Thank you very much. All the best.